morning, Knights. I'm Jessica Deacon, and welcome to the Royal Report News. Last year, due to COVID-19, some very important tests were canceled. Here's Raina giving us information on how to retake these tests.
Hey Knights, it's now testing season. Today we will be talking about the ACTs, SATs, and PSATs. The SATs and ACTs are open to juniors and seniors, while the PSATs are open to juniors and sophomores, therefore they can prepare for the ACT and SATs. If you didn't know, these tests are often used for college admission. It's a great idea to take the PSAT, ACT, and SAT and sign up ASAP.
Thank you, Raina. Now, on to a more serious topic. Today is September 11th. Let's hear from Natalia about what happened 19 years ago today.
Hey guys, today marks 19 years when the tragic terrorist attack occurred in New York City. 19 Islamic terrorists who hijacked 4 planes were part of a terrorist group called Al-Qaeda, directed by Osama bin Laden. September 11th, 2001, nearly 3,000 people were killed that day and thousands more were injured. At 8:46 a.m., one hijacked plane crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Newscasters weren't sure if it was an attack or an accident, but 17 minutes later, the second hijacked plane crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center, leaving no doubt that this was in fact an attack. As hundreds of firefighters and police officers went into the buildings to rescue the victims, the building collapsed, killing 343 firefighters, 60 police officers, and thousands of trapped office workers. The third hijacked plane crashed into the Pentagon, which is the headquarters of the U.S. military, killing 125 workers. The passengers of the fourth plane with a different target had time to learn about the other attacks. The passengers in that plane, with no hope of survival, fought off the terrorists. They gave their lives so that more Americans wouldn't die. We learned later that the fourth plane was headed toward the White House or the U.S. Capitol. Osama bin Laden and many of his leaders thought that he had proved his point, but on September 14th, President George W. Bush visited Ground Zero. He had a megaphone at hand and said, "I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear from all of us soon."
I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
I would like to take a moment of silence and honor not only the firefighters and police officers working that day, but all of them around the world risking their lives for us.
Thank you. Those visuals were beautiful. For more beautiful visuals, here's Callie talking to the art teachers of LHHS.
I'm here with Mr. Bankston to tell us about the struggles of teaching art online in the midst of this pandemic.
It's something I really love and want to share with other people, and what better way to do that but to help them become better artists. What's really difficult is having someone that's never been in your classroom understand your expectations and how to do something. So it's really hard because in art, we show techniques and how to use different materials, and when they're using them, it's hard for us we are not able to give them any feedback when they're doing it outside of our vision. We've been working right now with black and white and trying to learn all the different skills that we can just by seeing, which will work with the outline of an actual shape, the contour. We've been pretty much doing everything black and white with pencil and paper. And we did a drop off where they could pick up paper and charcoal for our next assignment. Using Google Classroom, required to take a photo of it and submit it into our assignment slot. We have an actual assignment set up for them, and they drop a photo in, and I actually might keep that going even when we come back to school, so that we have a digital record of artwork, because it's amazing some of the stuff that the kids make. You know, it's when the student kind of connects and you can see it where they put everything kind of together and a project comes together for them, and they have that one project that you know that mom and dad want to frame and keep. And I mean, that's really exciting just to see the growth and their excitement when they're actually in the classroom and they see what, you know, can be done with other students, and that helps raise their abilities as well. I was thinking about this the other day, and 2002 is when MCC hired me to teach a ceramics class, and since then, shortly after that, Jamaica Elementary came calling, and I decided to go back to school and get a master's in education. I've stuck with it since then. I haven't, and it's you know, you're almost relearning how to teach. You have to think about all the different possible things that can go wrong. You know, trying to make ourselves available to our students. I need them to get back to me, call me, questions, those things, and that seems to go awry. That, you know, there's not that communication anymore, I think, with online, and that stunts their growth, I think.
Thanks, Callie. That was so cool. I'm getting kind of hungry, though. Should I go to Chabones? Let's ask Kayla what she thinks.
For this week, I went to Chabones. Chabones is kind of like the fancy of fancy restaurants in town. We rated it on food, service, and vibe. The waiters and waitresses were really nice. It took maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get our drinks, but I don't really blame them because it was pretty busy. I feel really bad because there were a lot of high schoolers working there. I'm so sorry. It's probably not your fault. I'm the opposite of a Karen, but anyway, for service, I rate them 4 out of 5. Food and drink. My dad's soda came flat, and my mom's drink was bland. And my brother, who wishes to stay anonymous, he ordered a raspberry iced tea, but it was just iced tea but red. My mom's steak was too salty, and my food was blandish. And my dad's steak was really good, but he will eat anything, even if it was on the floor for more than 5 seconds. So for food, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It has nice vibes, like really nice. The table was a little small, and the art kind of scared me, but other than that, 5 out of 5. I'm kind of confused because I go to this restaurant semi-often, and I've had some like really good food there, like really good. Though I wouldn't really recommend it for high schoolers unless you want to pay $40 for a steak. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like a good steak, but I think you're better off going to like Mario's. To rate my entire experience there, I'd say 4 out of 5.
I'm not that hungry anymore. Well, that's all we have for you today, Knights. I'm Jessica Deacon, and I hope you have a fantabulous day.